my thoughts. I shut it down wherever power is stored. Being real is in the past, watching cowards get on. It ain't kill me, so it's making me stronger. And these bite-sized rappers now sensing my...
What the hell's going on, people? This is Periodik, and you see the title of the video. We are jumping back into Dragonball Z Dokkan Battle. I apologize for the sound of my voice. I am a tiny bit sick. It's more just like I have a stuffy nose, which is really annoying. Like, I had a sore throat, but that pretty much went away. I had a sore throat 2 days ago, and that's pretty much gone. So now it's just like a runny nose, stuffy nose kind of thing, right? Just sneezing and stupid crap like that. So hopefully, and you can kind of hear it in my voice, but hopefully that goes away pretty soon, because I don't really feel anything else in terms of, like, I don't feel bad for any other symptoms, I guess. I can't speak right now. Maybe I am affected, oh no, becoming stupider. So we're going to be testing out this new strength Goku Vegeta / Vegito, who I do not think is the best unit in the game. A lot of people are jumping to conclusion already, saying, oh, best unit in the game. There's nobody better. And I don't agree with that. Not just yet. I think we still have to do some more testing to kind of figure it out. Essentially, people have already given him the crown of by far the best unit in the game. And even ranking, you know, best unit in the game, in my opinion, kind of silly at this point. Like, units are better suited for different situations, right? There could be someone who's an absolute beast in Super Battle Road, but on longer events, not so much, right? Then you can have units that are, you know, Legendary Goku event kings and get absolutely one shot in Super Battle Road. So, like, how do you rank them? What stage mode do you put relevance to more? Who gains more points in what stage, right? That's really what we're talking about here. And with that said, I do really like this Strength Vegito. I think he's fantastic, and he's particularly great in many areas. But I think it's one of those things where it's similar to the physical Super Saiyan Blue Goku Kaioken and the Super Saiyan Blue Evolved Vegeta, the LR that came on. Everyone immediately was like, best LR in the game, best LR in the game. And it's like, all right, this dude's really good, but there are some units that do things better than them. So let's not go absolutely insane. To me, the best unit in the game has to be a unit that is hands like down superior in every single way, right? And when Kale and Caulifla first came out, it was them, right? Like, it was insane. When the Super Saiyan 4 Goku and Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta first came out, they were hands down better than every unit in the game. It was insane. When AGL Super Saiyan Blue Super Vegito came out, Super Saiyan Blue, I'm sorry, AGL Super Saiyan Vegito first came out, he was by far the best unit in the game. Same thing with the OG Strength Gogeta, by far the best unit in the game. Whereas when this man comes out, you can't say that he's 5 times better than LR UI Goku, or 5 times better than the Blue Fusions, or 5 times better than LR Gobros. I don't think you can make that argument, to be quite honest. Now, I think if they switch some small things, then you could make that argument. So, for example, let's go over what he does. In this form, which is Goku Vegeta, he's raising attack and defense by 30% every time he super attacks. Doesn't matter if it's 12 key or 18 key. Doesn't matter. It's just a 30% raise attack and defense when he supers. And that falls off after a turn. So you only gain it for that turn. It's not a stacking mechanic, all right? His attack and defense is also 120% in his passive. That's pretty good. That's pretty good, right? That was really fast. Let's go into another event here. The 3 big things in his passive, in my opinion, because the 120%, it's kind of boring, right? It's like, all right, $120, whatever, that's cool, I guess. But the big thing for me is the fact that he gains 1 extra key every orb he grabs. So it doesn't matter what key sphere he's getting, if it's strength, if it's physical, if it's AGL, if it's intelligence or tech, he's going to gain 2 key for any of those. And then if he's grabbing a strength orb, he's grabbing 3 ki. So that's really important. It allows him to do those 18 ki super attacks very, very easily. Now, the second thing that he does very well is the fact that he has that 25% chance at an additional super attack. That, in my opinion, is really big because just like the Tech Super Vegito and the Strength Super Gogeta, the Tech Super Vegito just guarantees that second one, right? And he's going to raise his defense on that as well. The Strength Gogeta has the chance of that second attack being a super attack. Well, same thing with this Strength Vegito. Pretty good, 3 million. The fact that he has a 25% chance to launch an additional super attack means that he can raise his attack and defense twice before the game even checks for your hidden potential additional super attack. All right, so that to me is pretty solid indeed. I do like that mechanic there. And that's pretty much everything that he does in that particular form. In order to transform, he does have to be below 77%, which on Dokkan events is going to be almost impossible. And it has to be from the 4th turn from battle. Now, I say almost impossible. Obviously, if you are just starting up in this game, you know, you're rank 200, your box isn't like rainbowed out, crazy, insane, then yeah, you'll probably drop below 77%. It's going to happen. But for like high-ranking players over the rank of 500, it's almost impossible to do. Now, his links in this particular form, Saiyan Warrior Race at level 10 is 10% attack. Experienced Fighters at level 10 is 15% attack. Saiyan Lineage at level 10, 2 ki, attack and defense 5%. Shocking Speed, 2 ki, 5% defense. Yeah, we'll do this. Prepare for Battle, 2 ki, 5% attack and defense. What was that? Fierce Battle, 20% attack. Prepare for Battle was 2 ki and 5% attack and defense. And then Legendary Power, 15% attack when performing a super attack. Now let's take a look at where he's at. So he's at almost 500k attack, 100,000 defense. Not bad on the defense. Unfortunately, the Bardock Gine has a bigger number than they do, but hey, it's all good, man. It's all good. We are going to be facing against a type advantage unit, and that 30% damage reduction really coming in clutch, in my opinion. Very, very, very much coming in clutch. So pretty solid there. Should be able to finish him off. I would like to see how this man was put, how the skill orbs were put. I think I might have taken a look at it, but we'll check on in just 1 second. So if we take a look at this base form, we can see that it's 25 crit, 13 additional, and we have 2 additional, 5 additional, and 5 crit in there. I wonder if just... So he's a very interesting character, and we will talk about that more in the next Dokkan event that we're about to go into. So we're going to cheat a little bit here because we're able to on the Ghost update from Trident Mobile. Shout out to Hydros here. And we're going to be able to grab the Intelligence Super Vegito and eventually get him in the same rotation with... Actually, you know what? I'm not even going to use these orbs because I want to be able to showcase those Strength Orbs or use those Strength Orbs for the Strength Boy. So... We're gonna just have them default in their Super Vegito forms, just for, just to test them out and see how they do, because quite a few links actually change. They do gain Kamehameha, which at level 10 is 10% attack when doing that super attack. Fused Fighter, which is 2 ki and attack and defense 5% at level 10. Power Bestowed by God, which is another 10% attack when super attacking. And then Super Saiyan, which at level 10 Link is 15% attack. So a ton of attack. And a lot of things change. So after you drop down below that 77% HP and 4 turns have passed, you will have the ability to transform. I'll say that again. You'll have the ability to transform. It is not automatic. Who links better at this point? Oh, interesting. So now the God Goku. It's probably because of the power bestowed by God and whatnot. All right, that makes a lot of sense. It is an active skill, so you don't have to transform right away if you do not want to. But let's take a look at where he's at right now. So he's getting a little something, 121 defense. 630k attack is really solid. It's quite high, to be honest. And these counters are going to be something serious with that much crit, right? Very little damage. Of course, this is against a physical unit, so it wouldn't be doing that much damage regardless. Against a actual, type disadvantage or just type neutral, probably do a little bit more, but nothing too crazy, right? And here we go. So both of these super attacks doing raising attack and defense, which I'm a fan of. Not the biggest fan of it, but it's not bad. I'd take this over it not increasing his attack and defense. And the reason why is because he gave himself... Okay, so let's just say you use that active skill, you gain back 50% HP. That's great. His attack and defense went from 120 to 150, and he loses his ability to do a additional super attack from his passive. Now, it is simply a 25% chance to crit. So it switches up a little bit. He loses the 25% chance at an additional, but he gains 25% chance to crit. He also gains the ability to counter normal attacks. Just normal attacks. Which is pretty good. Wow, they don't link up for nada, huh? That's pretty sad. Sorry, my boy. I think, yeah, he should be able to just finish him off pretty cleanly. And bye-bye boot tanks. So the counter is pretty strong, especially if you put heavy crits into it. So if you have any crit skill orbs, kind of the first units you want to push those into are any type of counter units. So let's go into the harder difficulty setting and see how we do. So now that you know about putting crit into counter units first, you should also know that this man, for the first 10 turns, I'm talking about the Strength Super Vegito now, when he's been active skilled transformed, for 10 turns he can foresee the enemy super attack. So it's essentially like Piccolo's ability, except it's only for 10 turns, which is good. He also gives himself 5 additional ki, which I think is pretty important. Wow, am I just never going to get him on the first rotation, bro? Goodness gracious, the boss is going to be dead by the time we get to this man. Anyway, it's always a little frustrating. He's still going to give himself that mechanic that gives himself extra ki for every orb he grabs, which is, again, very, very good. It allows him to get those 18 keys off more. Unfortunately, I do think that it would have been smarter to give him a little extra on his 18 key and not just make it the same raises attack and defense for one turn, because it seems like they really want you to get that 18 key. Now, obviously, it does mega colossal damage, so it's going to hit a little bit harder. But if you're going to create a mechanic that gives him extra ki every single orb, and then when he transforms, give him 5 ki on top of that for 5 turns, but then just keep his super attack the same, that's a little odd. I don't know what they were thinking there. Like, I feel like they could have saved that for someone else. Because I'm a huge fan of characters that shore up their flaws. So let's just say if this dude had the first ever 20 key mechanic, something ridiculous like that, but then they gave him those 5 key and extra key to be able to get up to that number, so it's not ridiculous to try to get up there. Then that would have been smart. But for him, it's just like, all right, we're just not even going to try it with his super attack. It's just raising attack and defense for 1 turn, and that's about it, my dude. So that's a little bit odd. Also, I do think when he turns into the Super Vegito, yes, he will take less damage. Yes, he will do well on normal attacks because he has this counter. Unfortunately, he does not have any damage reduction in this particular form. So I do think that this form is actually less defensive than the first form. I did mention that I do like units that, clear up their flaws. And he does kind of clear up his own flaw by having that super attack detection, which is very nice. Unfortunately, there's going to be certain events where they super attack twice in a turn, or maybe you just can't avoid it. And if you're taking it first, and it's not just a wimpy Dokkan Fest where you have type advantage, then you could potentially take quite a lot of damage because you're no longer have that 30% damage reduction. So it is a little bit annoying. I would have actually liked them to Maybe remove the extra 5 ki and keep the 30% damage reduction. Because I don't understand why Goku and Vegeta suddenly become weaker. Like defensively, to me that doesn't really make much sense. Super Vegito tanks like a monster, right? He's an absolute beast against Buhan. He's taking no type of damage from the boy. So to remove that damage reduction doesn't make much sense to me at all. But hey, it's their game. That's what they decided to do. But yeah, it's just kind of nonsensical. And they do the same thing with Broly in the game. Like, why is Broly a glass cannon? That man was straight up tanking attacks, tanking Kamehamehas to the face, walking through it, smiling. And yeah, in this game, they're like, negative defense for you. It's kind of, I don't know, it just doesn't really make much sense. But anyway, so this dude is good. Like, he's really good. Is he the best unit in the game? I don't think so. He's great in a bunch of different areas, but there's units that hit a lot harder than him. There's units that are much better defensively than him. There's units that have better links than him, even though his links become pretty good. There's units that have better active skills than him. I mean, I do believe that the Boot Tanks has a better active than he does. So that's not me trying to crap on this dude and saying, Super Vegito, worst Dokkan. No. He's still like maybe top 3, top 5. And, you know, I always have to reiterate it. Top 5 doesn't really mean anything because units are better in different situations. But in terms of an overall unit, he's really good. But I wouldn't necessarily be putting the crown on him just yet. Listen, if you're new to the channel and you haven't subscribed already, consider what you're doing with your life. Go ahead and gently rub that sub button, gingerly ring that bell button, lovingly kiss the like button. As always, this is Periodik. See y'all in the next video.